Yo, what's up? So I'm gonna be making a tier list for Infinity Tower. I recently just cleared it, and this tier list is gonna be purely based on my opinion and from what I've seen people use. And I'm only gonna be ranking units that are going to make sense to use in Infinity Tower. I won't be ranking like random 3-star unit that you will never bring in a Infinity Tower. So let's get straight into it. Anesidora S+, she speeds up your run, she gives you speed buff, and she also is a stunner. So good, she's good. And the Asuna for this month is going to be S+. She gives you that Nether Bloom is really good because there's a couple of stages that counter attacks, and that Nether Bloom does not go away upon counter attacks. So she's gonna basically just give you a permanent 50% damage reduction. I've seen people use Bardon, but I think he doesn't really quite work. He works in maybe one of the floor, and it's kind of a slow grind. So I'm gonna put him at A. Still pretty good, you can use him here. Berenice, I'm gonna put him her, sorry. There's a few stages that you need a healer, and she doubles down as a healer and a damage mitigator. She is, in my opinion, one of the best damage mitigating unit in the game. The first one I think is going to be Clara, and then she's going to be second. So yeah, she's gonna go there. She also has a AP push back, and also a defense down, so that's good. Biondina, if you can maybe try her to kill JJ on floor 9, but really that's about it. She has no other use. Bonnie, I'll put her at S. No. I'll put her at A. There's one stage that if you want to use if you want to get 5 stars, you can use her and Lucas, but I think that's the only use she has. You can use her in other floors, but she's not that good. Catherine is going to be S. No, I think she's gonna be S. She's really good because there's a couple of stages that has that freeze debuff on you, and she's the one of 2 espers that can cleanse immobilization every turn she takes. So she's gonna go there. She also gives you an AP up every time she cleanses. Celine S+. She is so good in Infinity Tower. AP push, I think it was 30%, and then sleep if you really need it, a clutch moment, and then also speed up and also cleanse. So she's gonna go an S+. No, not Donna. This one, Era S+ tier once again. She has been useful in all Infinity Tower. The best AoE pushback in the game currently, because she can cycle S3, S2, S3, S2. She's pretty crazy. Fabrice is going to go S tier, but Catherine is better than Fabrice by a bit. Fabrice is going to be useful on those floors that freeze you when you attack them, because he has the best immunity uptime. You can use S3 and then S2 to push him, and then S1 and then S3 again. So yeah, the immunity is almost 100% uptime. He's gonna be good for those floors. Lucas is going to be S tier. I can't put him at S+ because whenever there's a stage that increases AP when attacked, he is unusable there. He gives enemy AP instead of takes them away, because his S1 reduces 10% per hit, while that debuff gives the enemy 10% per 10% AP per hit. So his S1 actually does nothing. Gabrielle. Oh man, actually I want to put her S plus. I think I'll put her S plus for now. She has a defense break, which is very important. And multi-hit for that Zeus set, and also the S3 is a mega defensive skill. In just one skill, you have a defense up, you have a immunity and attack break. It's so crazy, man. Her S1 as well does a lot of damage. She's gonna go S plus. Anyway, if you really need like a healer, but I think a Berenice would be better. She's a better damage mitigator, so I'm gonna put Berenice A and her at B. B, sorry. She's not really that good, because yeah, she's just really just not that good. Alright, so Jungman is gonna go S plus. You can use her pretty much on every floor except for AP up upon attack. She's the best damage dealer in Infinity Tower for like a control team. You can also run her on Zeus set. She also doubles down, where she can silence the enemy for 2 turns. But mostly you just use her for damage and also the hit count that she has. Jin Yu Yao is going to go B. Yeah, she's gonna go B tier. She doesn't work on the freeze stage because her passive doesn't cleanse freeze. It doesn't cleanse immobilization, so she straight up just doesn't work. You need her S3 to cleanse that freeze, and that won't work because the freeze can happen every turn, and her S3 has like a 4-turn cooldown. Li Ling, actually I'm gonna put him A tier. He still has his hit count. His S3 has a 3 hit count. S2 has a 5 hit, the most hit in the game. And I think now he is actually a better controller in Infinity Tower, but his damage, as you all may know, has been nerfed to the ground. But his AP gain is insane now, but I don't think he is going to go above A because his damage is kind of shit now. Longmen S plus. This guy is used in every single floor that you can like control in some form of way. If you can't stun the enemy, you still use him because he has the best leader skill for Infinity Tower, and he also has a slow AoE pushback 60%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 60% AoE pushback, AoE stun. Goddamn, this guy is insane, man. He has the whole package for control Esper. Pritzker, I'm gonna put him at A tier. There's not much use for him. His cooldown up is not really that useful because either way, if you're running a full control team, you don't want the enemy to move anyways, so that cooldown up is kinda useless. And JJ is usually the boss, so that cooldown up doesn't work on him because you can't stun him. Yeah, he's mainly just a stunner. Mona, actually, I'm gonna put her A tier, same as the Ling. She has a 4 hit hit count on her S3, and also S2 is AoE as well. So you can run her on Zuset, pretty good. She's gonna go S tier just for that one sole purpose. Floor 7, you kind of need an competent AoE buff stripper, and she does that. She also has a defense break, which is really good. Next, Sally. I'm gonna put her at the same tier as Catherine, but I think she's better because she has like damage reduction and heal, and yeah, she also cleanses the freeze every turn, or every turn that the ally takes. She's gonna go S tier. TA, I think she's pretty good. I'm gonna put her at A tier. Speed lead, but the only thing about her is the cooldown is too long. I think her S3 is like 5 turns, full skilled up, and S2 is 4 turns, I think. So yeah, it's a bit too long for her to be like a viable controlling unit. Tricky S plus, no two ways about it. He is S plus in all 3 Infinity Towers so far, because that S3 is so busted. He is the best buff stripper in the game. He doesn't miss. He applies one of the rarest debuff in the game, which is what is it called? The miss rate up, I think it's called. Yeah, the miss rate up debuff, AoE, and he deals with Jungli pretty well, and also he also can extend debuff, AoE by the way. So yeah, he's a bullshit unit. Una's actually pretty good. Good turn cycling unit. If you're running a control control team, you can slot him in. And then Dahlia, I'm gonna put her at A tier. She is also pretty good as a turn cycler, and also has a S2 that can reliably stun. So yeah, she's gonna go A tier. Clara, I will put her at A tier as well. The reason why she's not higher is because she's not really a good turn cycler. Her AP push is only 20%, and you can't really bruiser your way through Infinity Tower, aside from like maybe the first floor or something. So yeah, she's just really gonna go in A tier. Cecilia, she doesn't have much use here. I'm gonna go B tier, but I mean, maybe if you need like a healer and a cleanser. She is actually pretty good. She's pretty good control Esper. Her S3 freezes, has 3 hits, and then her S2 her S1 I think also freezes. Yeah, she's pretty good. The twins, I will put them here. They're not really all that good in Infinity because you need to run them both at the same team, and unless you're running him on Zeus set, then this guy is kind of a waste of space. He's good, he's a good stunner, but this guy on Infinity Tower, he's not really all that good. He's a good damage dealer, but he's not a good controlling Esper. Medusa, I'm gonna put her at A tier, slightly below Lucas, because that's just it. She is not really that good of a AP controlling Esper than Lucas is, and she really doesn't have much use Um, Ggez or Gaia, James Charles. What's her real name? Sienna. Sienna A tier for this month. She's pretty good. A full AP erasure. And a speed buff. Actually, I'm gonna put her at S tier. Speed buff, attack buff, full AP erasure. S1 also AP push herself and ally. So yeah, she's gonna go S tier. She also has a stun. A solid solid control Asper. Sander S tier. Damage doubles down as a damage dealer and a control and an AP push. If you really need a single target damage dealer, he is pretty good. Damage ignore, defense ignore, and those pursuits can go ham. Taylor is gonna go A tier, not really S tier. He's using one of the floor and he's not even that good. Yeah, there's not much to say about Taylor. He's really just using one floor. Again, single target DPS is pretty good. Especially in Infinity Tower where the enemy has a lot of HP, so you're gonna get like double hits on most of your skills. Ahmed is going to go S tier. Oh, he's so good, man. This guy does a lot in Infinity Tower. You put him on a Zoo set, he is a stunner. He is also a cooldown reducer. He's also the best healer. Yeah, he does way too much. He also boosts your attack. Goddamn, man. Ahmed's crazy. You see that most of my teams I use Ahmed. So yeah. Ollie, I don't think he has much use here. That's a speed lead, I guess, but yeah, there's really not much use for Ollie in this game mode. In this month's Infinity Tower. Ophelia is going to go as A tier, actually, not really S tier. She's a good single target. Actually, no, I think she's the best single target DPS because on areas that caps your damage, like let me just real quick show you. On enemy damage taken by a single hit doesn't exceed a certain percentage of max HP, she can actually bypass that with the pursuits, and she is her own defense breaker. So yeah, I think she deserves that S tier spot. I'm not gonna rank Jungli. He is pretty useless here. I think he's pretty good. He doubles on as a damage dealer and a AP pusher. Albeit his AP push is only like 15% on a 410 cooldown, but he's pretty good. He is okay. This one, the Jungli is a boss, so you can't really silence him, and reducing his cooldown is kind of difficult on that stage because stage 9 increases your ability cooldowns, and he has like a 60% chance to proc his thing. Ggez, yeah, S plus tier. There's some copium going around saying that Ggez is not good in Infinity Tower. Right, you're using Ggez wrong, man. I don't know what to say, but this guy is way too fucking busted, man. He not only is the best DPS in the game, he is one of the best AoE buff stripper, the best AoE buff blocker, the best seer unit, the best debuff extension unit. Like, what? How many titles do you want? If you run him on Infinity Tower on a control team, put him on Astral Witchcraft and don't transform to God mode and just stay on the normal mode, and then you can just spam his S1 and then get the enemy like, I don't know, 10 turns of stun or something. Yeah, that's why he's good. He fills in a lot of roles: buff stripper, damager, stunner, buff blocker, like whatever you want. Um, he is going to go same tier with Nick. He's a good silence unit, but you can't silence boss, and so that means you can't really increase the cooldown of bosses. Just kind of dumb. Elliot S plus. A lot of stages now have like those immune to AP down, which means the boss cannot be controlled in any shape or form. That means the boss is going to take a turn regardless, because you can't stun the boss in the first place. So if they're immune to AP down, they can't be controlled at all. And this guy basically puts the boss in control by putting the skills on cooldown on max turns. So yeah, he's really good in Infinity Tower, and any Infinity Tower moving forward actually. Ashley is going to go S tier. Attack buffer, AP reducer, AP increaser, stunner, attack lower. Like, bro, she's crazy, man. She also has an attack lead if you really need a leader skill buff. She's gonna go, I think she's A tier. She is not really that used in Infinity Tower. I mean, the AP push is for one unit, and the revive is not really that useful, because going into a fight, you don't want your units to die in the first place. And when you use a control team, even just one enemy moving, that could just basically end your entire team. So yeah, she's really not all that useful in Infinity Tower. Skadi, I won't rank her. She is actually pretty good. Might even be S plus tier. But I'm gonna put her at S tier for now. I haven't seen much use of her. She's a really good stunner, and she doubles on as a stunner and a damage dealer because of her poisons. The one big gripe I have about her is that she is a poison unit, and Dislyte, for one fucking godly unknown reason, doesn't allow you to poison bosses. So poison units become completely useless against the main boss. So yeah, she does good damage on other espers, but not the boss. She also has a slow, which is really good. Brewster, I'm gonna put her in S tier, might even again be S plus. A really good AP controlling unit, a full AP erasure, a defense breaker, a stunner. So yeah, he's crazy with all those pursuits as well. He does damage, a lot of it. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, Suha, I'm gonna put her at B tier. Yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think about the tier list. If you haven't attempted Infinity Tower, you can refer to this tier list, and yeah, good luck clearing Infinity Tower. Ciao.